Rob, how well do you feel the team's set up now, all your pre-season games out?
Yeah, tracked really well. I felt like we've had a good pre-season as a group. I felt like we've definitely improved, built some good connection, and done what we've needed to do over pre-season. And now the real stuff starts pretty soon. So getting really excited for that. I think we're ready to go.
Can you tell there's a noticeable difference this time last year? In terms of
It's a good question. I mean, it's always hard to tell this time of year. I feel like we're definitely in a really good spot, especially for health of the list point of view, probably compared to last year. Had a few guys under an injury cloud. Obviously had guys like Reilly O'Brien go down last year, and Tech's a bit sore and a few other things. But I feel like from an injury point of view, we're in a really good spot, which sets us up really well for the season. And then feeling in a good spot going into the year, and done what we've needed to do over the pre-season. And it doesn't count for much when the season starts, because that's when the heat comes on. So I think we've done what we've needed to do, prepared as well as we can, and now it's time to turn up and get it done.
What was the biggest takeaway, the thing that pleased you most from your trip to Brisbane?
I mean, it was good to go up there and play some really good footy, and we look forward to the challenge of obviously playing the premiers from last year and testing out our footy over the pre-season. So it was pleasing to play some good footy and measure up against them. Obviously the result doesn't mean much, but it's always pleasing to play fairly well and do some of the things you practice over the summer against a good opposition.
Some of those things you've been practicing, scenario work and winning close games. I know only pre-season, but is that another little tick?
Definitely, yeah, 100%. We've definitely done a lot of work on that, as other teams do, and probably the last few years we probably let ourselves down in those close games. So being able to execute under pressure and in tight games is something definitely we've been working on, and it was pleasing to be able to do that against some real opposition. So looking forward to doing that in season now.
Without sounding too cliche, does it feel like there's a bit of a buzz around the group at the moment? Like, just watching training, it seems like there's some real energy. Clearly we saw that in the two pre-season matches. So is that what it feels like to you?
Yeah, I think we've a really connected group, and we're a really positive, upbeat group. So hopefully that's showing on the track and in the way we're playing. So looking forward to carrying that into the season. But we've got the work sort of ahead of us now. So as I said, I think we're in a really good spot from the energy point of view, from injury point of view, and from the mountain of work we've done over pre-season to really put our best foot forward going into the season.
Now we've been talking about is Sid Draper. Clearly he's going to be talking about in the lead up to round one whether he debuts. From your perspective, given he's working off your ruck work and he only played the half last week, but what stands out to you about him?
Yeah, I couldn't have been more impressed by Sid over the summer. His character, his work ethic, and then obviously his skills in there. He's so explosive. His feet are unbelievable. Like, some guys can't lay a glove on him at times. He's so evasive and quick with his feet. So certainly adds a lot to our team and our midfield mix. So he'll certainly get his opportunity at some point.
In general, how much are you enjoying working with that midfield group at the moment? You've really bulked up that depth, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, adding obviously James Peatling over the summer, Isaac Rankin spending more time in there, and then Sid Draper as well rolling through. It's certainly a batting deep at the moment, which is really important for us as a group, and the best teams bat really deep through that midfield, and we've certainly added some different elements in there. We've got some serious speed and fast feet coming out of there, which really helps us, and looking forward to seeing what we can do.
The speed and fast feet has been something, I guess, when people talk about the Crows midfield, they said you've lacked. Do you feel like you finally kind of got that in there now with those guys in there?
I think definitely, yeah. I mean, those three guys I mentioned, James and Isaac and Sid, that's probably their strength in terms of their lightness of feet and their speed coming out of contests. So they're definitely adding another element to our midfield, and certainly got the other guys who are unbelievable at what they do and bring the grunt in there, and then adding those elements in can definitely take us to another level as a midfield.
How do you approach this week when Port's holding an inter-club to make sure they continue the momentum? So will you do something along those lines?
Yeah, we've got a full week of training this week, and I'm sure we'll have a big hit out of match sim on Friday. Obviously you don't want to go in undercooked next week, so we'll definitely do a big shtick on Friday and get us ready to go, because nothing worse than rolling in having not done much for a couple of weeks. So we'll certainly be training hard this week and getting ready to go.
How do you approach, you've seen lots of players have to deal with it, contract year. How are you going to sort of take that in your stride?
Yeah, sure. It's always, there's lots of guys going through it every single year, so it's just a matter of playing your best footy. I love this club, so looking forward to that playing out. But yeah, as always, just focused on playing the best footy for the team and putting your best foot forward.
You talked about your love for the club, and you're a life member now. The other night, it would be surprising to see a world where you didn't stick around for years to come.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely hoping for that. So as I said, just playing some good footy early in the year as a team, that'll certainly help, and as an individual in the ruck. So that's sort of my plan early in the year, and sort of focusing on that, and what will be, the rest of it will just play out.
I know Scrawny's always given you good competition, but obviously you've had a new look with Lockie McAndrew. Has that sort of given you some different tools, or had you approach your training and lift your game a little bit heading into this season?
Yeah, definitely. He's a unique body type. There's certainly plenty of guys around the league that he sort of mimics in his long frame. Guys like Oscar McInerney, who I played on the weekend, guys like Jared Witts, these sort of guys. He's certainly probably more comparable to them with his body shape and his size. So he certainly presents a challenge in training, which is great training going into the season, coming up against someone like him for the whole summer. And he's been great. He's really brought great competitiveness and some real good ruck work in there. So he's certainly brought a challenge to me, and he's obviously on the list now, which is awesome for him, and he's a great fella to have around. Yeah, good question. I think he's been pretty normal, to be honest. He's been great all summer, and as I said, we've been focused on the footy, so I haven't really thought too much about that or noticed too much of a difference in terms of his sort of demeanour, but he's been awesome for the group, and I think the whole coaching group's been great this summer and been really clear for us as players with what we need to execute, and feeling like we're all on the same page and looking forward to doing that as the season starts.
Has anything he's brought back from his trip to America and Harvard, that kind of stuff? Or?
He's certainly had some nuggets of wisdom, but he always sort of has had that. So he's been. I think he said he's got a lot out of that trip, and I've really enjoyed his coaching over the summer, and I think Mo Davis has certainly helped that with a bit of experience and a bit of a sounding board for him. So as I said, I feel like the whole coaching group's been bang on all summer. So looking forward to, I guess, executing what they've been teaching us over the summer, going into round one and beyond.
You're one of the more academic blokes at the club. Does Nixie think he's sort of comparable to you now? He's been.
I think he's got me covered. Yeah, I don't think I haven't been to Harvard, that's for sure. So he's been at the top university in the world now. So I think he started wearing glasses a bit more around the club too. But he's got me well and truly covered. I've finished a couple of degrees last year, so I'm having a little break at the moment. So I finished an MBA and a Masters of Public Health in August last year. So at the moment, just having a little break.
How has that changed or translated into footy preparation and performance, or your build up and your training loads?
Yeah, not too bad, to be honest. Especially over summer, it's generally a little bit of break from uni, so it's been good. I've been able to sort of do my own thing and still sort of study and learn things that I've sort of been able to choose myself rather than having some boring uni subjects. So it's been good.
You spoke a couple of, that might have been 18 months or 2 years ago, about how you didn't have the correct balance during the pre-season. You were loading up and that. Have you found that now, in terms of what you do outside of the club and what you do inside?
Yeah, I think I've definitely got the balance right. I think the stuff outside the club's always helped me, I think. The balance for me has probably always been a mental one in terms of being able to switch off, relax, because I can get pretty obsessive and pretty footy 24/7. So it's probably just finding that balance from a mental point of view, being able to do the work and then being able to sort of relax away from that. So I think I've gotten a lot better at that.
A lot of cricket fans at the club. Rob, how would the boys feel about playing on a ground that has had a Shield final on it potentially in a couple of weeks' time, if that's that?
Yeah, certainly above my pay grade, that. But certainly wish the Saka all the best and it was good to see them get the Chockies the other day in the one-day final, and it'd be awesome to see them win the Shield final. But I guess that decision's way above my pay grade, so probably one for the higher-ups.
It would mean you wouldn't get to train on Adelaide Oval in the week leading into the Roos game. Is that much of a disadvantage if for 1 week you didn't get a chance to train on the Oval?
Yeah, well, I haven't really thought about that too much. We train there a fair bit, so I haven't really thought about that too much. And I guess they'll sort that out. So yeah, I don't think it'll be one for the players, but I'm sure the CEO Timmy Silvers will sort that out.
What about player safety though, Rob? Is that something you guys are aware of? You travel and play different grounds around the country and length of grass and all that sort of stuff. I know it's the decision's above your pay grade.
Yeah, sure.
Is that something that concerns you when you?
Not from a safety point of view. I think we played at a few cricket grounds, obviously like the SCG and the Gabba, and never had a safety issue in that sense. So either way it goes, not really a non-issue for the players. I didn't even hear about it till about 5 minutes ago. So.